Hi everybody, I hope you're having a good day. Another 2 weeks has already passed and it is time for another Shop My Stash. Can you believe it? The weeks are absolutely flying by. We started homeschooling earlier than usual. We already homeschooled before the whole COVID thing, but I just feel fortunate that we've got that set up already, that I wasn't just thrown into it like so many parents are, unfortunately, with everything that's going on. But anyway, we started homeschooling a couple weeks ago and I'm tired. And it's making me think that this year might be hard. She's starting 5th grade this year, so it's just a little more work for me in terms of prepping, making sure that I'm up to speed on what she's doing to make sure I'm prepared for 5th grade math. It's been a while since I learned how to divide fractions, you know, all those things. Today I'm drinking hojicha from Den's Tea, and it is a glorious, glorious caffeine-free Japanese tea. It's just a Sunday afternoon, and it's a tea drinking afternoon, that is for sure. But let's get right into what I used last time. Shall we start with the eyeshadows first this time? So one of the little singles I was using was from Nomad. This is from their Marrakesh collection, and this is in the shade Henna. It's really beautiful, super blendy. I love it. I find it's easy for me to go too much kind of overboard with this shadow, however, but I really think it's pretty. This could be one that I could, with pain, declutter, just because it's not something that I reach for. I do have to use it like in a project to make myself use it, but I'm not ready to do that yet. So it's staying. I only used it one time though in the past couple weeks. This shade from The Balm, this is one of their shades from their Auto Balm Pick Perf palette. This is the shade St. Charles Avenue. I wore it 3 times. I think my favorite way to use it is in addition, sometimes a palette doesn't have a nice mid-tone matte like this that I find helpful to kind of blend in the crease, and so I use that way. I also like to use it just as an all over the shade, plain one shot, all over the shade, all over the lid, one shadow look. I'm kind of into just plain matte looks lately, also plain shimmer looks lately, like this one, but I thought it was really good for that. It is a little powdery. You can see all that powder sitting there on the pan, but it's a nice blendy shadow, and I didn't mind it. I used it 3 times. My L'Oreal Infallible shadow in Amber Rush. This one I picked up just because it was like mentioned in a couple YouTubers videos, both around the same time, and I do like it. It's really pretty. I do feel like I have the same tone, unfortunately, in other shades, but this is really pretty, just tapped over the lid on top of a look. This is one that I enjoy the texture of. Just dropping the lid. But yeah, definitely keeping it. I used that one twice. Now let's talk about blush. Ooh, I was using this week. This is my new Flower Beauty blush balm in the shade Pinched. I love this. There was a couple times where I even, got a little bit too much and it didn't matter. Like I blended it all over the cheek, kind of up the side, I even put a little bit across my nose. And it's just so natural looking, dewy, but not like, like you're wet. And it's just beautiful for a really nice natural glow, natural look. I'm really happy I have this. I'm really interested in getting the shade Bubbly and the shade Melon from them. I would love to get other colors in this formula. I used this one 6 times. The other blush is this one from Sydney Grace, and I really loved this one as well. This is the one, something about Georgia and peaches, Belle of Georgia. But as you can see, it is a light peach blush, perfect for the summertime. It kind of matches my top actually, even though my top I thought was more pink, but kind of putting it next to this blush, it looks very kind of peachy. In any case, I used this one 3 times. This is another one you put your brush in, and I noticed quite a bit of kick up. I'm not sure if that's picking up on the screen there, but it didn't matter. I felt like when I applied it, I didn't get too much pigment. That's one. I don't enjoy a blush that's too pigmented. So even though a lot was picked up on the brush, it blended out really nicely. I didn't feel like it was over applied, and I will happily keep this blush. Now for my lip products, I was using this Rimmel Stay Glossy. This is the shade Blushing Belgraves. This is really pretty for a really soft pink, beautiful, just not too glossy, but glossy lip look. It went really nicely with the Essence lip liner I used this time. I'll pull that out here in a second, but I love this. I could easily wear this sort of shade every single day. I used that one 4 times. This little mini lip gloss from Tarte. This is the H2O gloss in the shade Hang 10. I really love it. It's so pretty. This is another one I could wear every day until it's gone. I'm happy I have it in my stash. I only wore it a couple times, but I did enjoy it. this Yensa lip oil. Really, really easy to wear. I know it looks like a crazy color in the tube, but it's really like a barely there pink when you put it on. It's mostly just clear with the slightest tinge of pink. And you guys, when I put this in my stash this week, or past couple weeks, this was brand new. Look how much I used, and I only applied it 8 times. I think the difference is that with a lip oil, I do tend to, ooh, almost dropped that one. I do tend to, when I apply like several layers. I don't know, I really like a big thick layer of lip oil just because each layer is so thin that I go through a lip oil really fast. I feel like I could pan this really easily, but I really enjoyed it. It has a really sweet scent too. I think it's, if I'm thinking right. Yeah, very sweet smelling, kind of like a candy-ish scent. Really fun, easy to use. Okay, so now for the makeup that I'm gonna be using for the next 2 weeks. Like usually I like to do everything roulette style, but I'm still kind of in the mode where I want to make sure I'm using some of my summer makeup. I'm looking ahead at like the weather forecast, and the nights are getting cooler. Right now we're still in like a heat blast tunnel, but looking ahead just a couple weeks, it's starting to cool off already. So I'm like, I gotta use my summer makeup. So I do have some items picked out, and then I'll do some roulette as well. So the first item I want to make sure I use is this blush from Tarte. This is in the shade Party Dress. It's just a little mini. This is one that I almost decluttered this winter, and it just took me a while. Like I had actually put it in the declutter bin and I was fine with it, and I just hadn't looked at it in a while. And then I was just getting ready one day. I was like, man, I'm gonna try that one more time just to make sure. And obviously this is a blush that I will only enjoy in the summer, because when I put it on, I was like, oh no, I'm definitely keeping this. I really like this with coral and peachy eye looks. It's obviously a very pigmented blush that's heavily swatched right there. I would never quite wear it that heavy on my cheek, but you can see that it is pigmented. It definitely needs to go with a certain eye look, in my opinion. But yeah, I want to make sure I get some use out of this one. Also, I've been in kind of a decluttering mood lately. I was going to declutter this bronzer from Catrice. This is the Sun Lover Glow Bronzing Powder, and you can see that it's actually really pretty. It has a very slight, kind of like a shimmery, you can see how shimmery it is, which is why I was deciding to get rid of it. But I think it's actually a really pretty blush. I used it as a blush the other day just to experiment, and I thought it was quite pretty. I want to experiment with it just a little bit more to see if I do truly like it as a glowy neutral blush. And if I do, I'll keep it around as a blush. I'll move it out of the little section from bronzer, which has one other thing in it, to my blush section. But anyway, I'm gonna try this out as a blush. Okay, and then I do have some singles. These are all basically newish to me that I want to try and use. These are all in like their own little containers. So I got one of these from ColourPop. This is the Laurel, one of their new cream shadows. Wow, I said that like really backwards. This is one of their new cream shadows in the shade Laurel. Oh my goodness. I can get a clean finger here, wipe it off on the sweatpants. Okay, so this I feel like would be a really easy one and done all over the lid shade. There's Laurel there on my finger. I think it's very much like a pinky, neutral, slightly mauve-y shade, and I think it's really pretty, but I haven't really played around with it yet, so I'm going to throw it into this mustache, make sure I get some good use out of it. Also, I'm still laughing at myself about this. I bought this CoverGirl single shadow in the shade Mink because of Emily Noel. If you guys watch her videos this lately, she's been mentioning the shadow a couple times. I just need to not always just run out and buy the really affordable thing she mentions. It is really pretty. I, however, tried it on my eye the way that she suggested. It just did not look the same on me. We just have such a different eye shape, but it is pretty. So I want to try and get some use out of that. So that's the shade Mink. Let me get a swatch here. I personally, and there it is on my middle finger there, I personally don't think it swatches the very best. Ooh, little stick thing got shoved in it. There we go. See, it just kind of looks slightly underwhelming maybe, but on the eye it is really pretty, and I generally too tend to enjoy these kind of taupey, rosy-ish shades. I wouldn't call it maybe rosy, taupey shades. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that out. And I also pulled one of my Essence Melted Chrome Shadows in Ironic. I thought it would look pretty with that Mink shadow. There's on my ring finger. Ooh, super shiny. I'm always impressed whenever I swatch these. So that's the shade Ironic. And then I do have a couple eyeliners I want to pull out. I have this liquid felt tip liner from Ico that I never use that I was thinking of putting into my project pan, but I'm thinking it might be dried out. I want to just make sure and throw it in my Shop My Stash to try it out. This is the I Do liquid eyeliner in Carbon Black. So I'll be trying that out. And then I just got this in my Ipsy. This is from Pixie by Petra. This is the Endless Silky Eye Pen in Matte Mulberry. So there it is. Oh, I should probably show you guys how they look. Okay, so this one here is the Matte Mulberry shade. That is really pretty. Looking forward to trying that. Let's see if I can get any sort of a swatch out of this Ico. I was trying to use it the other night, and I don't know if it was just user error, but it seemed to me to be pretty dried up. I'll try again here. I got a line, a little black line right there. Yeah, I feel like after using this for a couple weeks, I might decide to just get rid of this because it's not easy for me to use on my loose skinned eyes. Oh, I forgot to mention some of the products from my last one. Sorry guys, let me mention that real quick here. So I had thrown in my Essence Soft Contouring Lip Pencil, and then also in the shade 08, Big Proposal, and also the Pop Beauty Pout on Point Lip Pencil in the shade, what's this one called? Risque Rose. I used both of them. I really liked them with the glosses. I'm happy these are in my stash. Let me quick set these aside here. And then I also had 2 liners last time. This one from Essence in the shade 22 Turquoise, I believe. Yeah, this is the long-lasting eye pencil. I did use that at least once and I liked it, so I'll be keeping it. This, however, I'm going to be decluttering. This is from Mana Kadar, and I've had this honestly sitting around in my stash for the longest time. The main reason why I'm getting rid of it is because, hear that? It's broken on the inside and it is noticeable when you try to use it. It's hard to get a straight line because it like moves while you're using it. Yeah, you can see it's like even like trying to fall out there when I do that. So, and I don't think it's necessarily meant to get a super straight line. You can kind of see the point there. I think it's more of a smudgy liner, which is fine, but I have had this for a really long time. I actually prefer a black liner. I have another, a brown liner, and I have another black liner that I much prefer to this one. So this one I think it can be decluttered. Okay, back to what I was saying about, let's see, I showed you the eyeliners I want to make sure and try. Okay, so one of the lip products that I'm going to pull out is this little mini lip glass from MAC. This is in the shade Prrr, and this is another one that I feel like I only want to wear in the summertime. It's like a peachy pink. I actually have it on my lips today. I'm really feeling it with the eye look and my shirt. I really enjoy the MAC lip glosses. They're a little sticky than other glosses, but I don't really mind. And I think they're really pretty. But that's just the one I have pulled out, so now I'm going to use Roulette to get a couple more lip products. All right, I'm using the numbers 2 through 23. I just kind of zoomed in on the little square here so you guys could watch. So I'm getting number 17, then number 16, and number 8. All right, I feel like having one more lip product, so I'm going to generate one more time. I got number 20. Okay, I had to quick go let the puppy in. She was barking to come inside. Okay, so the lip products, I got a piece of hair stuck to my face. I can feel it. Okay, so the lip products I chose. So besides that MAC lip glass in Prrr, this is the new, well, new to me, NYX lip oil. This is the blue one that came in, was it that last Walmart box? Was it a Target box maybe? But I was all wondering, what on earth the purpose of a blue tinged lip oil would be, and the general consensus of everyone was that maybe it's to make your teeth look whiter, which I'm always for, but it's mostly just kind of clear looking. That's it right there on the back of my hand. So that'll be fun to experiment with. Then I have my clear gloss from Essence. This is the Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss. I love this. I really, really do. It'll be a trial to not just use this every day. It does have like a crazy looking wet look. Look at that right there. Ooh, I just think it's so nice. So that'll be nice to have out. Then my ColourPop lip pencil. This is in the shade Beeper. I really like this shade. I did say Beeper, right? Yeah, that's right. It's just a little cool toned actually. So I don't know if it'll necessarily go with, I put that right there, necessarily go with some of the other colors I'm using, but I'm sure I could figure out a way to use it the next couple weeks, because I do really actually enjoy this color a lot. Whoa! Man, I'm just having trouble today. Okay, stop throwing things. One last lip product. So this is my new Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is in the shade Stone, and that's the shade right there. I think it's really pretty. I tend to always buy the same colors and glosses. It's a weakness. Even when I try not to, I bring it home, I compare it, and I'm like, yeah, I did it again. So I do have other glosses like in this shade, but this is definitely kind of a different formula. So I'm looking forward to trying that out some more. But I think I've got everything. I think that was everything. Yeah, blush, lip products, and singles. Okay, I think so. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Wow, hanging out with me today as I chose some makeup for the next couple weeks. And I hope you guys are enjoying the end of your summer. I feel like here fall comes quickly when it does come. I'm trying to enjoy those last few weeks that we have, but I hope you enjoy yours. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.